I'm Bhavin Thakral from Venture Residential.
My name's Neil Briggs. I'm one of the directors, founder of Inspired, owner of MK Property, obviously co-owner of Inspiring Ventures Group and Octagon Financial.
Danielle Withers-Brown, the Lettings Director.
Shan Patel, Director.
My specialism is, I think I'm the visionary of the business. I know we've got lots of people within the business, but I think I've got a really strong vision for what we're trying to create. My specialism is residential sales, so that's going to be the department that I'll be solely responsible for. And I think from that, I just want to make sure that the company adheres to its core values and works in the best interest of vendors. That's from a residential perspective, but from a group perspective, we do that the whole way through the group.
Mortgages, I am known as a mortgage magician, and property development, so I'm very good at maximising space in property conversions.
Lettings.
Head of Commercial, Land and Investments.
I used to work for a large corporate estate agency and went through the ranks and decided to then venture out on our own and create Venture Residential.
I came into the industry in 2001 as a trainee mortgage advisor. I worked within several corporate businesses, well-known corporate estate agents, and then set up my own agency in 2010, which has grown into its own beast after several acquisitions, joined forces with you guys, and here we are today.
I started off in the industry as a trainee negotiator and I worked my way through the ranks. I've done a selection of corporate stroke independent work and I recently came on board about 12 years ago with Neil Briggs, and we have created the Lettings Empire in Milton Keynes.
So for my sins, I actually am a qualified commercial property lawyer. I'm now non-practicing, specialising in the commercial property sector. I qualified at a few local and regional firms and was brought on by the head of the venture group to sort of grow a commercial department, and it's exploded, and this is where we are now today.
Inspiring Ventures means a new direction for the business. It's almost working with similar mindsets of people that they've got the same vision as us to grow the company in the direction that we want it to grow in.
Inspiring Ventures, in a word, is collaboration. So they say if you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. But obviously working together with other people, working in synergy with like-minded business owners and a great team of staff means that we can all do a lot better together.
Exactly what it says, it's an inspiring venturing group, where it is pretty much the powerhouse, I suppose, of great minds, where you've got wonderful, people that have got experience and understanding and knowledge from the different spectrums of the property industry, all coming together in order to help any type of person that is looking to buy, sell or rent.
I think it presents a massive opportunity for us where we can provide an all-encompassing service to all of our clients and businesses that we represent. Whether that's sort of geographically or nationally, but definitely in the regions we currently operate, we now have a specialism in every area, including residential sales, lettings, commercial, and finance and commercial finance.
The opportunities that it brings is numerous amount of opportunities. I think we'll end up specialising in all aspects of property. So we'll have an element of commercial, sales, lettings, finance, mortgages. So there's quite a few opportunities. So we should be the go-to agency for someone to call.
Several different opportunities. So not only as a business owner we'll have cost savings by the quantity of scale, being able to make savings across the board of businesses, but within the staff there's development opportunities for the staff to travel to different departments, become mortgage advisors, to work on lettings or sales. So there's lots of opportunities within the whole group for everyone involved.
Team development. I would say, be able to create a really good team that will come in at the ground and literally be able to develop their skills, knowledge and understanding in order to be able to then transfer from sales to lettings or conveyancing or commercial. That's really how I'd like to see it.
I think it's the amalgamation of great minds and specialists into one area where we can now incorporate all of our brands under one banner, and with that presents so many different opportunities in multiple areas. So it's rolling out all of these great services to our clients.
It's an interesting question. The challenge is that the merger is created is systemizations. So what we're finding is where we've operated for such a long time in a particular manner, particular way, it's just making sure that those values, systems, all of those things marry for the future.
There are obviously different systems in play at the moment, so systemising everything so we're all on the same platform is one of the biggest hurdles that we've had to face so far, but I believe we're getting there. Location of where we're all working, those kind of things are all coming up, and different opportunities are arising that are falling at our feet. How are we going to take them on board?
Many different challenges from all different aspects, because everyone's got their own point of view, but it's being able to sit everyone down and work out the best path that is going to be for the best company's interests and the employees.
I think there are many challenges, but I think importantly for me, when I consider sort of a business growing to this magnitude, the one thing that's really important is we're able to maintain our independence. So in particular, when a business grows to this size, we become quite corporate. But I think myself and the other directors, we truly believe and feel that we should keep sort of all the businesses and independent, because they are special on their own as brands. So what we don't want to do is make the business and the company, as we continue to grow, have a more corporate feel. We still want to maintain sort of that independence and fun that we have within the company.
Again, another question that I quite like actually. The biggest one for me is fun. I think if our organisation, the staff are having fun, we're enjoying where we work, that to me is the key element of wanting to even create a business in the first place. So fun's the first one. Then would come accountability. I want to be accountable for what we do. So if, say for example, we've got a client, either landlord, be it vendor, that we're always working in their best interest. The next one is probably innovation. I want to be able to use all the different types of technology that's available to us to ensure that we're always innovating, we're always using the new trends, we're always on point with anything that we're doing.
Integrity is a big one for me. Obviously from financial services backgrounds, it's always been transparent on what we do and have integrity in all of our actions. Fun, you've got to enjoy what you do. I do love fun. If your work is fun, it's not like really going to work, so I really enjoy what I do every day. And innovation, always trying to look at new things, new ways to improve, such as 3D mapping cameras, ways we can be a bit more smarter, working smart, not hard.
Empathy. Especially in certain situations, you've got to be able to show that when you're dealing with tenants and landlords, because situations arise and you've got to be able to empathise with both sides in order to get a resolution, I would say, for both, happy medium for both sides. Integrity, you've got to have integrity. Obviously there are certain standards in the industry that you must uphold, and obviously integrity, I would say, is part of that. And achieve, well, we've always got goals to achieve and set, so that's how we want to, how we get there with the right team.
Innovation, integrity and fun. Innovation, because the way the world is changing at such a fast rate, I think we need to be ahead of the game and adopt the newest technology, AI, etc. as soon as possible, so we can continue trailblazing and be at the forefront of property services. I think integrity, because that's the most important thing about the business, and what we do is representing our client in their best interests, and we'll always maintain that throughout all of our different branches. and having fun, which is another important factor. I believe sort of the company and all its employees, all colleagues and directors, we have a very much work hard, play hard mentality, and having that fun element, it doesn't feel like working to us. It's really fun coming into work, so we want to keep it that way.
I think the best part for me about working in the Inspiring Group is having people around me that have got great knowledge. So, you've got Neil, who's got specialisms in, big conversions and turning those things into reality from say, an office block into resi properties, etc. And then you've got Danielle, who's really great with lettings, understands all the legality around it. Ricky, who does all our commercial finance stuff. It's just having the right people within our industry to be able to tackle 99% of anything that comes along.
The people, I wouldn't have done a merger with anyone. Obviously, Bavin and I have known each other a long, long while, and we get on really well. We always helped each other when running our own businesses independently. And the fact that putting everything together just seems to gel really well with opposing strengths and skill sets. We were very strong on lettings and mortgages, financial services. Bavin was stronger on sales, obviously the commercial department as well. Putting all those things together is just a great combination with the opposing skill sets.
Hashtag teamwork makes the dream work. It's the people that you have around you. You could go to work and it could just be like a normal day job, but it is the actual people and the personalities when you're sitting around the morning meeting, and that is the teamwork that I would say that makes the job more enjoyable, that helps you achieve those goals.
The best part has to be the people. Every day, sort of, there's new challenges that we're faced with, but the team members around us, sort of the support core structure of the directors that we work alongside, enables us to sort of face any problem and deal with it. And I think that's with the team around you and the employees that we have. We've got a really good group working ethos. So definitely the team.
Where do I see the company in 5 years? I have a massive vision for the company in reality. I mean, if I was to look at what we've achieved up to now, we're going to be we're going to be managing 1,000 properties, but the vision certainly to be managing somewhere around 4,000 mark. So we'll be looking at doing more in the world of rentals, but that's just one part of our business. I want every single department to be profitable and working in the best interest as well for the client. So for me, sales is really key as well, making sure that the sales clients are dealt with very well, make sure that those departments are all profitable. On top of that, it's the finance, making sure that the finance is linked to our sales department. Commercial is a relatively new part of the business, but to me, the most exciting part of the business as well, because what we're seeing is we're able to create so much with our commercial clients. We're able to sell their properties off market and able to do transactions that historically I've not been used to looking at in the past, but that's the vision, to make sure that we're continuously growing in those departments.
Bigger, in word. We are actively looking for more acquisitions. We've got a few under the way at the moment, so I think we're going to be a fairly large player in the local market regionally, in the Beds, Bucks, Northants area.
Smashing the lettings and property world.
I see the company growing into the regional powerhouse that it deserves to be. I think we are focusing our attention on making sure we continue to acquire other businesses, whether it be residential sales and lettings arms, commercial agencies, and sort of finance operations. We will look to continue to expand the company and grow it. So ultimately, sort of over the next 5 years, it's making sure those acquisitions take place, making sure operationally we can continue to provide the best service for our clients, and also at some stage, obviously, having a strategically located head office where we can start systemising our back end and reach its full potential.
That's again another interesting question. I almost think eventually, I don't know whether it's in 5 years, but certainly I almost see myself doing a full circle where we'll create the business, we'll continue as we are, But at some stage, I think I'm probably going to be working in commercial, just doing what I really, really enjoy, and that's valuations and going out meeting clients. Because whilst you're working on the business, which is fantastic, I must admit, I do enjoy, there's a point where I think the business is going to be at a point where it's hopefully relatively running with the people that we've got within it. So in the future, I kind of want to go full circle and go back to doing just valuations. So almost full circle.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Still at the top of the tree, making the decisions and making sure we've got the ethos of the company right and all the staff levels right, really.
Top of the tree, making sure that we're still surrounded by the right people, the power team as such. We're still adhering to our core values and we are achieving those goals.
Good question. Hopefully on a beach somewhere, but still working, still ensuring that I'm heading up the commercial department at the Inspiring Ventures Group, but also looking further afield, assisting more on the acquisition side, helping with developing operations and the way that the company's managed, just fine-tuning things. So I think I've got additional skill sets to bring to the table, and I'm looking forward to the future.
The strategy for acquisitions moving forward is to continue trying to obtain other letting agencies, commercial agencies, estate agencies. I think what we've managed to do quite well so far is build a team around us where we've got specialist advisors who are on point with all of the information they provide us, and we're able to make offers on estate agencies, letting agencies, commercial agencies relatively quickly. And I think because we've now done this 3 or 4 times historically, probably 6, 7 times between us, we're probably well placed now to understand all the different ways of purchasing a business. So there's so many different ways of doing things, and I think when we're dealing with sellers as current agents, we probably understand their needs really well, so we're well placed to fit a solution around the seller's needs. So that the strategy certainly is acquire more businesses, bring them into the group, systemize their processes within our processes. Where we've created a head office now, that's making life a lot easier, because we're now able to see that the head office is able to take on the back end of a lot of the business. And I think a lot of the business that we do, there's almost 2 parts to it. You've got the front end and you have the back end. And where we're getting the back end so right, it feels like the acquisitions will become easier for us to deal with, because we're in effect able to acquire a business relatively quickly and put it within our systems now relatively quickly. So that's the plan.
Ultimately, to create a win-win situation. So every deal we've done so far, it's been good for us and it's good for the sellers. So we want to create that every time going forward, because we don't want to be doing a deal where anyone feels they've been hard done by. And ultimately, with a lot of the strategies we've done, we've had people staying on as consultants and still working with us going forward, and that's what we'd like to create.
As we have already done a couple, we've done a trial and tested measure, so we know which works and which doesn't work. We like to be able to bring new ideas to the table, but be able to have the same focus and structure that we can do in order to be able to develop and produce the level of service that we have done for many years, and we want to be able to continue to do so. Importantly,
we are looking to acquire as many property businesses in the area that we can. We are aggressively looking to move forward in that sector. More than anything, it's ensuring that that business and its culture fits our ethos and our core values. And if it does, we're happy to have conversations to continue growing our brands. So definitely on the acquisition front, we'll continue to trailblaze in this sector.
Yeah, that's an interesting question as well. I don't feel that I am successful, so I don't really want to kind of. It's not. I don't want to answer the question. I don't think I can answer the question. I think we've got a long journey ahead, and for me, it's just making sure that we do get this merger over the line. But once the merger's done, it's systemizing it, organising it, making sure that we're working in synergy with each department. But yeah, the secret to my success, I'm not there yet.
Determination. If you only fail if you stop. So if you keep going and don't accept defeat, then you'll always win.
Organisation, processes, I would say. Everything has got to have an order to it in order to be able to make sure you can move on to the next steps and in order to achieve your goals.
I think my key to success is complete self-belief. Never let anyone tell you you can't achieve anything. And importantly, always play to your strengths.
Tenacious.
Relentless.
Tenacious.
Relentless.
Determined.
Strategic.
Organised.
Vibrant.
Organised.
Systemised.
Intuitive.
Sharp.